Welcome inside the State Champs studios on the campus of Lawrence Technological University for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. I'm Jonathan Kidd, along with Sean Baligian. Sean, how's it going today?
Tremendous, John. Another big week of high school hockey behind us. Another few weeks of outstanding action. We're looking forward to it. Let's get to it.
All of our State Champs programming is presented by Lawrence Technological University. To learn more about the Lawrence Tech hockey team, you can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. State Champs Hockey Time is also presented by our friends at the Alta Equipment Company. And Sean, we got a couple more entries into the Beanie Challenge. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, let's go. Ready? What do we got?
All right, our first one, the M1 Griffin.
All right, Coach Fox and the gang got a chance to meet them. That's pretty cool. I like this one. Gotta get.
It's all about the pom-pom.
Get that on top right there. Thank you. What else?
All right, and we got a downriver entry. Our buddies over at Wyandotte Roosevelt.
Oh, excellent.
Thank you very much to Coach Adam DeSena for providing me the hat. I picked it up right before our taping today.
I like #ACT. That's pretty cool. Thanks, guys. Outstanding. No, really.
And we do have a few more in the mail. So they'll probably be coming, in the next couple days. So expect a few more next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's fun, and this was your baby and everything. And I'll take the caps. That was very kind, but no, seriously, a lot of great gear all around the state.
What I think we should do is, like, at the end of the season, you maybe should just put them all up on top of your heads. Put all the beanies on top.
Everybody's been so kind. We'd be way up to the roof.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
No, it's pretty cool. Some great gear, some great hockey.
And let's recap what happened across high school hockey last week. And we begin in the MIHL for the matchup between Trenton and Grosse Pointe South. And Trenton with a 3-2 victory.
Yeah, Trenton's getting it going. They've won 4 of 5 now. Hayden Abozo, Matthew Kruger, 24 points each. They're getting ready, right? They played that schedule. It just seems as the year goes on, you see the Trojans do that every single year.
We had an MIHL KLA matchup on Wednesday between Heartland and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Heartland with 4 unanswered goals to beat Orchard Lake St. Mary's 6-4.
Yeah, last Wednesday was one of those nights. There were great games all over the state. It was amazing, and that was one that I think we were keeping tabs on. 8 straight for Heartland now. Boy, they are rolling. Hey, let's not forget, OLSM is a darn good team. They are, in my mind, in that top 10 category and one of the favorites in D3 to be sure, but it was Heartland that night.
And it was part 2 between Detroit Catholic Central and Brother Rice. A back-and-forth battle, but it was CC once again with a 3-2 victory.
Well, 2 of the best teams, as always, one in Division I, one in Division II. Always emotional, but Catholic Central came away with the win. John, I've said it once, I've said it 379 times. They're so deep. They're getting balanced scoring right now. They've got a fantastic decor. They've got 2 incredible goaltenders. Catholic Central has it all right now. It's going to take a Herculean effort to knock off the Shamrocks.
And we go to the OAA for the matchup between Lake Orion and the M1 Griffins. This one went into overtime with the Dragons winning 5-4.
Yeah, Dragons with a couple of nice wins. They're playing well as of late, beat a couple of ranked teams. Sam Hines, how about this? 14 goals, 12 assists, 26 points. Keep an eye out on the Dragons, playing well.
We had a chance the last couple weeks to talk about Flint Powers. They took on East Grand Rapids on Friday. They beat them and followed up the next day with a 3-0 win over Detroit Country Day.
Yeah, nice bounce back for Powers, no doubt about it. As you mentioned, EGR and Country Day. I told you, I like this team a lot. I think they've got a really good defense core. They've got the goaltending. Mason Zarnicki leading the way up front. He's got 26 points. Look out for Powers in D3.
And you want to talk quick about UD Jesuit. They had a big 3-2 victory in overtime over Cranbrook.
You know what? I love seeing this because this team has been this close this year. Jesuit's been this close. Go take a look at their schedule. They've played so many tough games against really high caliber opponents. You know how they do it at UD Jesuit, and they finally broke through. This is a young team learning to win. That is a nice win for UD Jesuit to be sure.
And finally, in our recap, we want to congratulate Ryan Moran from Howell. He signed a Tier 2 tender with the USPHL.
Love seeing guys move on. It's fantastic. Rocky Johnson's done such a tremendous job out there in Howell, no doubt about it. No, by the way, he's got a pretty darn good team again this year, but hats off to the Highlanders for sure.
And the team that Ryan signed with was the Islanders Hockey Club, and it's for the 22-23 season. State Champs Hockey Time is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Officials are needed, people. Become an official. Go to MHSAA.com for details. Help wanted, just whistle.
I'm Elizabeth Kuhn, and Hockey Time is brought to you by the Detroit Medical Center's Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine team. We've got a whole new crop of game changers coming up in the new year, including some interesting quizzes packed with information you need to know. Head on over to dmc.org/gamechangers for more information.
All right, it's time now for our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update. And Sean, we're going to make some changes this week. First, let's go to our watch list. Landon West is coming off our top 10 and going to our watch list. He's been injured for the last couple weeks. We're going to add Jack Waldo from Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Shard to the watch list, Sean.
Yeah, he's been tremendous the last few years, no doubt about it. I remember we talked about him last year. I went out there and saw them playing a game, and he was just outstanding. So, hey, that's a good little team out there. And make no mistake about it, that's a good team from Father Gabriel Richard.
And we got some defensemen that are creeping up to make their way into the top 10, but they're still on the watch list, but, you know, they're getting close.
Yeah, there are a few good defensemen. We mentioned, during the show a couple of names. Keep an eye. There might be some moving and shaking the next couple of weeks.
All right, so our newest addition to the top 10 is Doug Wood from Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett.
Yeah, he's tremendous. And I'll tell you what the biggest thing for me was, John, yeah, we talked about him a couple of years. We had him on some of our lists the last couple of years. But what screamed loudest to me is two different coaches took the time to reach out to me to talk about a kid that didn't play for them. And that was really telling because, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something you probably already know. I'm used to hearing from coaches talking about their own kids, right? When a coach takes the time to talk about somebody else's kid, a member of the opposition, that really speaks loudly. Two different coaches did that. And Doug Wood was a guy that was knocking on the door anyway. He's already been inside, but we let him come in again. So no doubt about it, Liggett's been on fire, and Wood's a big part of it.
And also, too, we're going to profile Trent Benedict from Muskegon Mona Shores, the leading goal scorer in the state.
Yeah, 32 goals, 22 assists, 54 points. And I'll tell you what makes him dangerous and what makes the Sailors dangerous right now, I had a chance to have a conversation with Coach Benedict over the weekend, and he said, look, our power play's starting to click. And that's huge. I mean, you're talking about one of the best teams already in D2, and they're starting to get that power play going. It's going to make them even more dangerous. And, of course, the catalyst of that is Trent Benedict. So keep an eye on Trent Benedict. Keep an eye on the Sailors.
They're coming down to the showcase next week, the MIHL showcase. So this is a good showcase, no pun intended, to show for Trent to show off to the scouts and everything next weekend.
Looking forward to it. If you haven't had a chance to see them play, I haven't had a chance to see them play this year myself. I'm going word of mouth. You take that opportunity.
All right, you can vote for Trent, Doug, and the rest of the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update. All right, it's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I'm joined today by the head coach at Warren DSL, Sean Clark. Sean, welcome back to Hockey Time.
Very nice to be here. Thank you.
You guys just came back from the UP and just talk about that trip and talk about your guys' season so far.
Yeah, the trip was actually really successful. Obviously, dominated possession up there, which was great. It was good for our guys. We were able to, see the puck go in the net a few times, which is nice. And then as far as a team building, trip, it was fantastic. We took the boys tubing before we left town. They had a great time doing that. We kind of enjoyed the winter weather a little bit, and it was a really successful trip for us.
We have talked a lot here on Hockey Time about the MIHL. You guys will be playing Orchard Lake St. Mary's on Wednesday night. Just talk about how tough this conference is each and every night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, playing the MIHL, you really don't get a night off when it comes to conference play, and then that's the biggest thing where, we got to be ready for every opponent. We got to be prepared. We have to be ready to, obviously work for what we get and execute when we get chances. And when you do that, you're successful. When you don't, it makes the game really, really tough.
In just over a month, it will be the MHSAA hockey playoffs. You guys are in Division III, a very tough region. Just talk about the teams that you guys could be facing here in just over a month.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where, the MIHL season really prepares us for the playoffs because, we get the playoffs, we don't get a night off. In our regional alone, we would have to either see, UD, Grosse Pointe South, Country Day, or Liggett. And really, there's no weak opponents there. Everybody can really play. Everybody can score. Everybody, has the ability to beat you. And so it's one of those things where you got to be prepared. And I think we will be prepared when we get to the playoffs.
Now, next week, you guys are going to be in the MIHL Showcase. You guys are going to be playing Flint Powers and the Notre Dame Academy of Wisconsin. Just talk about being down in Trenton next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great event. We asked for, two difficult opponents, and I think we got it. Obviously, Flint Powers is a team that's been really successful this year. It's a team that we might see in Division III as well during the playoffs. And so it's important for us. It's a measuring stick game for ourselves. And then playing Notre Dame Academy, it's pretty cool, actually. I really enjoyed obviously, they're the best team coming out of Wisconsin. Corey, their head coach over there, is a good friend of mine. So it's a way for us to connect to his friends. But more importantly, it's a way for us to, again, that measuring stick against really, really good competition.
And just to let you know, Sean, me living in Trenton, if you guys need any advice about what to do down there next weekend, just let me know. Just send me a text. I'll give you the nice restaurants and for stuff to do down there. If you guys need something to do down next week, I'll happy to give you that advice. Yeah,
absolutely. We'd definitely look for a place to go eat. That'd be fantastic.
How special is it that you have a player in the Warrior Hockey Player of the Year in James Sigmund, and you also have your goalie in Andrew Palmentier in our Wall Award?
Yeah, I think it's more of an honor to the team more than anything, than an individual award for those two guys being considered for those awards. Our back end is really, really a huge strength of our team. Obviously, Sigmund's a huge part of that. He's a guy that can create offense from the back end. He has the ability to drive with his feet and make plays up the ice. He's a guy that looks to get activated offensively and make plays and really create chances for our team. And then you talk about a guy like Andrew Parmentier, who has been just absolutely fantastic this year. He's got a save percentage of about .950 right now, and he battles on every puck, and he's got such a good drive when he pushes laterally. And it's one of those things where we just don't give cheap ones up, and because of that, we're in every game, and we're typically we're leading every game, which is a huge advantage for us.
Good luck to you guys on Wednesday night against Orchard Lake St. Mary's. State Champs will be out there to cover the game, and we know right away not to go in your guys' pregame.
Yeah, absolutely. We got 2 losses here, and both ones you guys were in our locker room before the game. So if you guys could stay away till after the game, I'd really appreciate it.
We did like the post-game celebration when you guys beat Byron Center, so that was great.
Absolutely, that works fine. No issue with that. So.
All right, thanks again, Sean, for joining us here on Hockey Time. And that was our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association.
For more than 25 years, the greatest honor a Michigan high school student athlete can earn, the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back. Like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male and 6 female nominees earn $1,000 of scholarship money, with $5,000 each to be awarded at an amazing red carpet gala in downtown Detroit in June. Nominations accepted through March 4th, but know this, you cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.
All right, it's time now for our Wall Award update, brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey. And Sean, is there any changes to the top 10 this week?
No, but I'll tell you what, this is as tight can be. You know it as well as anybody. We've had some conversations. There's so many deserving goaltenders.
All right, this week we're going to profile Ryan Price from Livonia Churchill, and it seems like the price has been right out at Churchill this season.
Yeah, throw out every Carey Price joke you possibly can, and there are a whole bunch of them, but he has been outstanding. And much like we were just talking about Doug Wood, other coaches are gushing about this guy. Of course, his own coaching staff they're going to talk them up, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when other coaches are talking about how well you're playing, to me, that speaks volumes. Here's a kid, .77 goals against average, .939 save percentage, and if you've seen Churchill play, you know how much he means to a very good Charger team. So no doubt about it, Ryan Price is a name that definitely belongs on this list.
All right, you can cast your vote for Ryan and the rest of the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Wall Award update brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey.
I'm Elizabeth Kuhn, and State Champs Hockey Time is brought to you by Hystyx. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? The founders of Hystyx have a mission to design and create top-of-the-line jerseys for player comfort and style. Contact Hystyx at hystyx.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel. Now we go back to Jonathan and Sean as they preview the week ahead in high school hockey.
All right, Sean, it's part 2 between Heartland and Livonia Stevenson on Wednesday night. But first, Sean, we can say right off the bat, we don't need a beanie for both teams. We got hoodies, and maybe Heartland can give you like a pair of sweatpants or like socks or something to complete your outfit. But no, all jokes aside, it's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, I mean, two teams that are rolling. I mean, no doubt about it. Heartland's won 8 straight. Stevenson's won 10 straight. Stevenson beat them in their barn back in November by a score of 4-2. But, as always, not only two of the best that the KLA have to offer, but two of the best in Division II.
Also on Wednesday night, we had the Battle of Midland against Midland Dow.
Well, we talk a lot about Dow. They've been ranked. Billy Van Sumeren obviously having a tremendous year. Midland's playing really well. Keep an eye on Midland. They're putting together a nice stretch. Ben Haney, 30 points in 13 games. That should be a fun one up there.
Out on the west side of the state, Forest Hills Northern Eastern will be taking on Mona Shores on Wednesday night, and they also will play them again on Saturday.
Yeah, what's interesting is it's really starting to come together for NE. I think everybody knows about Mona Shores. They're one of the best anywhere, in not just D2, but NE's really starting to come together. They have 5 straight wins. Leo Tilley, 25 points in 15 games. Keep an eye on Caleb Woolry. He's having a really good year in net, a .180 goals against, a .927 save percentage. So keep an eye out for NE.
On Wednesday night, we have another top 5 matchup in the MIHL between Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Warren DSL.
Well, we talked about OLSM early, and don't forget Kane in net. Pilots, again, top 10 team, no doubt about it. Clearly one of the favorites in D3. Stabnik has 23 points. How about this? 20 assists. 3 goals, 20 assists. So he's doing a great job dishing it. Sigmund, one of the best D in the state. Always a tremendous MIHL matchup.
Salem is heading up north this weekend. They're going to be taking on Calumet on Friday and then Houghton on Saturday.
Yeah, Salem, a nice bounce-back win after they lost to Brighton. They come back with a win over Northville. Great test for the Rocks because the routine. You go up there, you're playing 2 incredibly well-coached teams, 2 teams that are going to be right in the thick of it in D3. So great test for Salem up there against 2 solid teams.
On Friday night in the OAA, we have Birmingham United, who's in your top 25 rankings. They are going on the road at the M1 Griffins.
Yeah, 7 straight now. They're unbeaten in 8. They're getting the job done. Ben Caitlin, 13 goals in 11 games. And, for M1, they've been in the rankings. We talked about Coach Fox. How about Anderson Bryan? He's having a good year. 17 goals, 29 points. So that's a darn good matchup. On
the west side of the state, we have Rockford taking on Granville on Friday night.
Yeah, 3 straight wins for the Rams. How about Will Haggerty? 15 goals, 23 points. Granville, nice bounce back over Hancock. Brandon Bourne putting together a nice season. 12 goals, 23 assists, 35 points. That's a good matchup between 2 solid West Side teams.
And how about this on Saturday afternoon? Another top 10 matchup as number 2 Heartland takes on number 7 Flint Powers.
2 programs that they'll schedule anybody, anywhere, and you respect that. But that's going to be a great matchup between one of the best in D2, one of the best in D3.
This weekend, it's the public showcase out in Chelsea. It begins on Thursday and it goes all the way to Sunday. Sean, as we always say, we love it that these showcases are back and some good hockey being played out in Chelsea.
That's a great event at a great facility. It really is just a ton of fun, and I love that so many schools participate in that. John, I know we've been out there a few times. Always action going on. That's what I like. I like, walking from rink to rink, from barn to barn, and seeing what's going on out there. So if you have an opportunity to make it out to Chelsea, do that. You're going to see some fantastic hockey out there this weekend.
So we're going to have another State Champs Game Time live. It will be this Saturday at 6 p.m. for the Mayor's Cup between Dearborn Unified and Dearborn Divine Child. Sean will be doing the play-by-play along with our buddy Barbecue Mike on the analyst. But we have covered these teams a couple times in the last couple years. It's up for the Mayor's Cup. Just talk about how great these two communities are going to come together for this game on Saturday.
Well, I think it's fantastic. We've had some of the video highlights in the last couple of years, so now we get the opportunity to go out there and, 4 straight for Dearborn Unified. That's fantastic. I mentioned Nathan Holland. Tremendous season so far. 20 goals, 17 assists, 37 points. Wayne Timon, 14 goals, 19 assists, 33 points. And, the Falcons, they've won 3 straight as well. How about Zachary Schubert? 26 points on the season. Cole Kalchuk, 11 goals, 13 assists, 24 points on the season. So this should be a fun matchup, and hopefully you'll be able to check in with us and see what's going on Saturday night. You know who I feel sorry for? Poor Chuck.
Yeah.
He has to direct everything.
Yep.
Could you imagine telling this moron how to do his job? Poor Chuck. Yeah. I hope they give him some combat pay. But no, all jokes aside.
Well, give us a barbecue from Mike.
Yeah. That's what we'll try to do to help ease his pain. But no, fantastic hockey. Looking forward to it.
All right, so the broadcast will start after 6 o'clock on Saturday. You can watch the game on our State Champs Facebook and YouTube channels. Hey, Sean, how great is it that both Dearborn Unified and Dearborn Divine Child reach out to State Champs to get this game covered? And it's been like that, for the Novi Northville game and the CC Brother Rights game. If you want your game streamed, reach out to us at State Champs.
Yeah, we love going out. You and I go to games anyway, 3-4 a week and everything. And, I've been fortunate to call games for a long time. I'd love to do it. Are you kidding me? It's great. It helps, kind of spread the message of how things are around the state and the caliber of play around the state. So no question about it. If you'll have us, we'll be there.
All right, so that's it for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. Sean, we're having a lot of fun this season.
No doubt about it. We'll see you at the rink. State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Detroit Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/Game Changers. Warrior Hockey. And by Hystyx. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? Contact Hystyx at hystyx.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel.